Just like with adding mixed numbers and fractions, we're going to line up the whole number parts and the fraction parts. So I'm going to put the fraction parts on the right, the 5, 6 right below the other fraction part. I'm going to imagine an imaginary line there separating the whole numbers from the fractions. That would be our decimal point. And now we're going to find common denominators for 8 and 6. I'm going to use 24. So 8 times 3 is 24, and 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times 4 is 24, and 5 times 4 is 20. This is subtraction, so I'm trying to take 9 24ths minus 20 24ths, which I cannot do without regrouping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one whole away over here in the whole number part, and I'm going to move that whole back over here to the fraction part. When I move that whole back over here, it becomes a fraction, but it's one whole, 24 24ths. So now all together up here, I have 9 24ths plus 24 24ths, which is 33 24ths. Now I can finish my subtraction problem. 33 minus 20 is 13 24ths, and 6 minus nothing is 6. So my final answer is 6 and 13 24ths. Here's another similar problem, 8 and 7 tenths. We're going to line up 3/4 with the 7 tenths. Here's our imaginary line. Common denominator for 10 and 4, I'm going to use 20. If you use 40, you're going to have to do some simplifying at the end of the problem. So 10 times 2 is 20, 7 times 2 is 14, 4 times 5 is 20, and 3 times 5 is 15. I'm trying to do 14 minus 15 20ths, which I can't do without regrouping. So I'm going to regroup. I'm going to take one whole away over here. I'm going to move that whole over to the fraction column. And then all together, I have 14 20ths plus 20 20ths, which is 34 20ths. Now I can subtract. 34 20ths minus 15 20ths is 19 20ths. 7 minus nothing is 7. So my final answer is 7 and 19 20ths. And this one has two mixed numbers, but you do it exactly the same way. Common denominator for 5 and 2 could be 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 5 is 5. Trying to do 2 tenths minus 5 tenths, can't do that without regrouping. So regroup, bring that whole back over here. It becomes 10 tenths. Combine our fractions now. 2 tenths and 10 tenths is 12 tenths. And now I can subtract. 12 tenths minus 5 tenths is 7 tenths. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So my final answer is 3 and 7 tenths.